Hello, everyone. Welcome to your yoga mat. Today, we are going to do a flow practice. And the time of year that we are at is coming into the new year. We are closing out 2021, chapter over, and we get to write a new story. Every day when we wake up, we get to write a new story. And one of the most powerful resources that we have available to us is the power of our mind and setting an intention using thoughts, words, and actions in alignment with where we actually are wanting things to go and not moving against ourselves, but moving with it. And so today, as we set our intention, we're going to do what's called the Sun Kalpa Mudra. So you're going to take your left palm, palm facing up, and it sweeps across your body with the palm resting up, back of the hand is down on top of your right leg, and then your right hand is going to cup on top of that, and you're going to close your hand, hold your own hand. So let your eyes close. So we sweep across the body, across your third chakra, your power, and we blend the left and the right side. The left side is our more yin and our feminine side, and the right side is our yang and our more masculine, and we all have both. And these energies work together. So as you set an intention for this class today, or perhaps you're setting an intention that is bigger, you're thinking about or reflecting upon what it is you want to cultivate more of in this new year. But I always say now is the best time to start. It's never January 1 or Monday. Now. Now is all we have. Now is the best time to start. And if no intention is coming up for you, I invite you to use the intention that you are open to new possibilities. I am open to new possibilities. And then release your chin towards your chest. Gently begin to blink your eyes open. Release the mudra. And you could be cross-legged right now. I'm sitting in Virasana. I'm sitting on a block. We're going to take, it doesn't matter. If you're seated crisscross, just stay that way. We're going to take our right hand behind us, reach our left arm up, breathe in. Opening up. Exhale. Let's take the hands to the heart. Everything always comes back. It always starts here. And then we reach out. Left hand behind you. Inhale, reach up. And exhale. Ribs knit in, navel draws back, hands to prayer. Again, inhale. Exhale. Bringing in your Ujjayi breath. One more, breathe in. Exhale. We're going to come up and sit on the shins. So I'm going to move my block out of the way for now. I'm going to turn sideways so I'm on the long edge of the mat. So I suggest go ahead, center yourself right into the middle of your mat. Roll your shoulders back and down. Take your arms straight out in front of you. And you're going to slowly lean back, trying to keep your body like a plank. So lean back, keep the tailbone drawing down towards the back of the knees. And then exhale, bring your arms by your sides as you come up. Take the shoulders back. Inhale, reach the arms forward, lean back. Exhale. So this really wakes up pretty much everything. Inhale. Exhale. But the core, lower half in particular. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now we're going to add a twist to it. So I want you to take the arms forward. And now you're going to lean back and sweep the right arm back. Inhale. And exhale, come back to center. Good. Now sweep the left arm back. Inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. The more you lean back, the harder it is. Again, left arm back and center. One more each way. Right arm back and center. And left arm back and center. Good. Reach both arms up. Inhale. Take your hands to your low back. Now, we're not going right to camel yet. I just want you to squeeze. I'm going to point my fingertips down. Squeeze your elbows together and lift your chest. Even if you could go back, I want you to just feel like, I got this. I'm just going to start here. Open up. Look up. Squeeze the elbows together. Let the shoulders open. And bring the torso upright. Very good. Hands down to the ground. Walk the knees back a little bit. Let's start with a circular cat and cow because everything always comes around, right? Let's take the ribs right, belly down, ribs left and up, right, down, left, up. One more. And switch. Now they'll go left, down to the right, up. And you can be creative here. If you want to kind of sit back toward a child's pose, one of the intentions I hope you set is that you listen more from within, right? And you listen to what you need and then come back to center. And there's always a paradox because there are going to be certain things you want, but you're not going to feel like it. Let's tuck the toes and take the hips to the sky. So one of the questions I'll ask myself in those moments is, does this help? Does this add to my well-being or does it take away? Okay, so like working out as an example, that will add to my well-being or yoga or whatever it might be. Take a couple breaths. And then it just makes the decision a little bit easier. But there are some things that do not add to our well-being. And then those are easier to learn how to say no to. Inhale, lift the heels. Slowly walk forward. So boundaries become very important as we think about new intentions and new things coming into our lives because something has to shift often. Exhale, fold. Reverse your swan dive. Breathe in. Hands to heart, everybody. Okay, here we go. Inhale. Forward fold any way you like. Inhale. Right leg steps back. Exhale. Lift your chest. Back knee will stay lifted. Fingertips will stay down. Inhale. Step back to plank. Exhale. Pause in your plank. Breathe in. Exhale, down dog. Right leg up. Breathe in. Right foot forward and through. Lunge. Stay on the fingertips. Breathe in. Push off that back leg, bending the knee, step forward, exhale. Reverse your swan dive, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. And left foot steps back. Good. If that was the same leg, switch it. Inhale, it's feeling same, but I'm going to just trust it. Exhale. Plank pose, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Left leg up, inhale. Left foot forward. Stay on fingertips, inhale. So we're just warming up those hips a little bit. Push off, step forward, exhale. We're skipping the half high here. Reverse your swan dive, breathe in. Hands to heart, exhale. Okay, we're going to build a little more heat now. You ready? Inhale, reach. Well, ready or not, here it comes. Exhale. That's kind of how it works sometimes, isn't it? Inhale. Now we step to plank. Exhale. Take a breath in your plank. Press to down dog. Come back to plank. Breathe in. Chaturanga. Exhale. We're going to push to plank. Breathe in. Down dog. Exhale. Adding the full vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Chaturanga. I'm going to do cobra. You can do up dog if you're feeling ready. Cobra, up dog. Inhale. Tuck the toes. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath in. Maybe open your mouth. Sigh it out. Lift the heels. Step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, we'll add the half high now. Fold and bow. Reverse, breathe in. Hands to the heart. Again, inhale, reach. Forward fold. Inhale. Step to plank, exhale. Pause in your plank, breathe in. Down dog, exhale. Plank, roll forward. One push-up, exhale. Plank. Down dog. Full vinyasa, roll forward, plank. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Down dog, exhale. Right leg up, breathe in. Right knee, right tricep. Inhale. Knee to nose. Inhale. Right knee, left tricep. Kick the foot out. Spin the sole of the back foot to the floor. Fall in triangle, left arm to the sky. Inhale, reach. Maybe take the arm over the ear as you exhale. Take a full breath, breathe in, push into that bottom hand, hug the shoulder blade on the back. Exhale, down dog kick. Step right foot through in between the hands. Put the back knee on the ground. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Keep the back toes tucked. Okay, keep the back toes tucked. Take the hands, interlace them behind your head. Open the chest here. So let the head just start to get familiar with the hands, laying the head back a little more, opening up the shoulders. Good. And you don't have to go super deep here to feel a really big stretch. Good. Now, if you're leaning back more, I want you to draw your belly button back, reach the arms up, inhale. Crescent with airplane arms. So back knee will lift now, and the arms will go back. Inhale, crescent. Airplane, exhale. Inhale, crescent. Airplane. One more time, breathe in. Exhale. Now stay leaning forward, hands to heart. Inhale. And we'll twist. Left elbow to the outside of your right leg. Squeeze your feet together. Sink a little lower into the right leg. Maybe wiggle the back foot back a little more. Keep the back leg strong. The hamstrings lifting up. Revolving the navel to the right. Good. Hands down inside that front leg. Skandasana, heels in. Toes out. Bend your back leg, straighten your right leg. Yes. Now we're going to flow side to side. Inhale through center, and I want you to stay low. And exhale. You can lift the heel if you need to, or some of you will be able to keep the heel all the way down. Inhale. Exhale. You can use the hands on the ground. If you want a little more challenge, keep them out in front of you. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to go back to the front. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come around. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, right leg back, chaturanga. Plank. Inhale. Now I'm lifting the leg. You can also put the knee down. Chaturanga. Inhale. One more. Exhale. Now you'll go up dog, cobra. Breathe in. And exhale back. Downward facing dog. Good. Now anytime you need rest, you take it. Breath in. Let it go. Left leg rises. Inhale. Left knee, left tricep. Get it up there. Inhale. Knee to nose. Inhale. Kick it back. Right tricep. Twist. Kick out to the outer edge of that foot. Spin the sole of your back foot to the ground. Reach right arm to the sky. Hug your left shoulder blade in and reach the arm up and over. Push into that back foot. Good. Top hand down. Inhale. Reach the leg up. Exhale. Left foot will step forward and through. Back knee goes down. Inhale. Anjaneyasana with back toes tucked. Arms reach up. Clasp your hands the other way. Hands will come behind our head. Elbows are going to come wide. When they go wide, you feel the shoulder blades on the back. Take the tailbone down. Lift the pubic bone up. Lay your head back, and then you decide how deep in that lunge you're going. Opening up through the chest. Good. Now, if you're leaning back a little more, bring your torso upright. Reach the arms to the sky, and then tucking those toes. If you accidentally untucked them, crescent with airplane arms. Reach the arms back, heart forward. Arms go up as you breathe in. Exhale. One more. Exhale. Now keep the torso as it is. Hands to prayer. Breathe in and twist. That's it. Right elbow. Now you could always put your back knee down here if you like. Exhale. Some days you feel a little off balance, so I'll put a hand down on the inside of the leg if I need to. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Find a spot to focus on that isn't moving. Bend a little deeper into your left leg. Last breath. Hands come down inside that front foot. Skandasana. Heels in, toes out. Bend your right leg. Straighten your left leg. So usually I like to start with the hands down on the first one or two passes side to side. Just like waking up that Achilles. The hamstring is like, woo. And then as you're ready, if you want to reach the arms forward or keep them at the heart. The challenge here is not to rush. Yeah? Next time you're at the front, let's stay there. Swinging yourself around, pivoting onto the ball of that back foot. We're going to step to plank, front foot back. Inhale. 3 optional push-ups. Exhale. Inhale, plank. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale. Up dog cobra. Breathe in. Exhale back. Down dog or child's pose. Let it go. Remember your intention, right? How often do you come back to that? Now the key is to have the intention, but without attachment. That's what the yoga tradition teaches. Can I have the goal? Can I have the intention? And yet not be attached to the results. Take action. Move in that direction, but be unattached to how it actually turns out. That's the hard part. Lift your heels. Inhale. Step or float. Top of your mat. Half high, breathe in, fold and bow. Reverse your swan dive. Interlace your fingers at the top. Point your index fingers. Cross your thumbs. Side bend right. Good. Inhale. Come up. Side bend left. Good. Inhale. Come up. Exhale. Swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend your knees. Bend them deeper until you lift your heels and come all the way to the floor. Bring your hands to prayer here in a squat. See if you can balance. Now interlace your fingers again. Cross your other thumb on top. Draw the belly back. Keep the tailbone moving towards your heels. Wobbling is acceptable. Good. Now you're going to drop your heels and take your arms so they're parallel to the floor. If you can, if your Achilles will allow that to happen. And then roll nice and slow, keeping the hands interlaced all the way down onto your back. Now reach your arms. They're still in that steeple mudra over your head. Take your legs straight up towards the sky. Flex your feet. Breathe in here. Good. And now exhale, you're going to bring your upper body up and bring your arms to the outside of your right leg. Take your left leg and lower it and lift it. And lower it and lift it. Lower it and lift it. Lower. Lift. One more. You got this. Lower and lift. Now, reach your arms overhead. See if you can keep your upper body off the ground. And then take your arms over to the other side. Now switch the cross of your fingers and thumbs. Let your right leg lower. Left leg and right arm stay connected. Lift and lower. Lift. Exhale, lower. Lift. Put a little pressure of the arm against the leg against the arm. That's what really wakes it up. It doesn't seem so bad. And then you push those two together and it takes on a whole new flavor. 2 more. Lift. 1 more. Lift. Reach the arms over your head. Take a breath. Breathe in. And set the feet down. Exhale. Release your arms. Good. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Feet hip width apart, push down. Bridge pose, hips rise, arms come by your sides. Work your upper arms in closer towards each other. Good. Now heel toe your feet just a hair closer together. And draw your right leg into your chest if you can. And you're going to lower the hips and lift. And lower and lift. Lower, so you probably tap the thumbs, lift, lower, lift. 3 more. Lower, lift. So this strengthens the front of the core, but also the back of the core. Lift. 1 more. Lower, lift. Right foot down. Reposition yourself. Lift the heart. Left leg lifts up. Lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. You think, how am I going to get through? And you think just one at a time. One at a time. That's all we're doing. You don't need to know how many. All you need to know is 1 more. Lift. 2 more. Lower. Lift. 1 more. Lower. Lift. Set the foot to the ground. Bridge pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Breath in. Can you feel coming a little bit more calm coming back? Can you access a little calm even though the legs might be particularly tired? Reach the arms overhead. Come high onto the tiptoes, lifting the heels, and roll it down, everybody, one at a time. Oh, man. All right. Knees to chest. Let's take a little rock and roll. Rock. See if you can find some balance at the top just for fun. Because please, as you set new intentions and have new visions, please have some fun along the way. Exhale, rock back. Maybe your intention is fun. To have more fun. Last one. This time you cross the ankles and maybe you just play with hopping back. Up dog cobra. You might want to linger here. I'm going to come into some cobra and sway into Nagani Madasana, which is baby intoxicated snake. Okay, down dog, friends. Let's meet back there. We're having a good time. We're moving, we're breathing, we're shifting our state. Let's take right leg up. A couple more standing poses. Right foot's going to step forward in between your hands, and I want you to put it so that as though you're on a tightrope. So you might need to scoot your right foot a little left. So as you look at your feet, your right foot is directly in front of your left. Yep. And now take your finger, come onto the fingertips. Your fingers are out in front of you, and you're going to inhale, open this knee, rolling to the outer edge of the foot, and bend down as you exhale. And then push to straight arms, put the sole of the foot back to the floor. Exhale. Inhale. You feel that outer hip? Exhale. Inhale. Bend that back leg. Now push off and step your left foot behind your right foot. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, fold and bow. Reverse your swan dive. Hold on to your right wrist with your left hand and side bend over to the left. Try to keep your ankles crossed if you can. Let your hips sway a little more to the right. Good. Now inhale, come up. And exhale, you're going to step the left foot now, ball of the foot down, and then put the heel down. And now hold your left wrist with your right hand and side bend right. Front knee is a bit bent. Good. Now keep that front leg bent. Come to Garudasana. Left leg over right leg. Left arm under right arm. Bend down into those legs. If you want to fly, start to bring your elbows forward towards your knees. Squeeze your inner thighs. Wrap the outer left hip back. Start to unravel the front leg, starting to straighten your right standing leg, Vira 3 with eagle arms. Point the toes down. Wrap the outer right hip back more. Woo. Land the ball of the foot down. Warrior 2, reach the arms up, around, and open. Sink down into that right leg. Very good. Man, that feels good to let the hips open. Yes, gaze to that right middle finger. Side angle, forearm to thigh, or hand down to the floor, inside or outside your foot. You could grab a block if you like. If you want to take a half bind, grab it, take the bind, rotate the chest open. Very good. And then slowly stay with the half bind, coming to triangle pose, revolving the chest open. Looking up if it feels okay on your neck. And then release your bound arm, reaching it up and over and all the way down. Now, this is Yogi's choice. We're going to meet in down dog. Any way you want to get there. So if you like handstands or you want to hop around a couple times, you could step that right foot back under your belly and lift left leg up. And if you don't want to, you'll just step back, take your regular vinyasa. You could add some push-ups in. If you enjoyed the arm work we did earlier, you could add that in. Remember, you're playing around. Keep it light. Keep it fun. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Give yourself some creative permission. Good. Take a breath. Breathe in. Maybe rest if you need to. Child's pose. Let it go. Again, breath in. Let it go. One more. Inhale. Let it go. All right. Left side, left leg up. Left foot forward, and we're going to bring the feet, again, one in front of the other. Walk the fingertips forward. You're going to roll to the outer edge of the foot as you bend the elbows and exhale. Back knee staying up if you can. And then straighten the arms, sole of the foot down. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Push off the back leg, walk the hands in a little, and push off, step the right foot behind the left foot. Front knee is bent. Breathe in. Fold and bow. Reverse your swan dive. Breathe in. Take hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Side bend right. Hips go left. Inhale up. Now you're going to switch your wrists. Step your right foot behind you, ball of the foot down, and then land the heel of the foot. So your front leg's going to bend, and now your side bending left. Left toes are pointing forward. Good. Now keep that front leg bent as you lift the right heel, coming to eagle. Right leg wraps, right arm under left. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe flying your eagle, elbows towards knee. If you're a 3, unwinding the leg, right leg goes back. If you can keep the wrap and the arms do, and if not, fingertips can come to the ground. Rotate that outer right hip towards the floor a little more. Start to bend your standing leg. Land the ball of the foot down, heel down. Come to warrior 2, opening the arms up and around. Find your stance, heel to arch. Take your gaze to the left middle finger. Side angle, forearm to thigh or hand to the block or floor. Maybe the bind, reaching the arm behind your back, catching the thigh, revolving the chest open. Good. Triangle pose, straightening that front leg, reaching your left hand to the shin or the floor or a block. Look up if you can, if not, straight ahead or even down. Release your bound arm, reach it up, take it all the way over, and then cartwheel down. Now you can take whatever you did on the first side, or maybe you're a little more tired, you don't want to do it. Let's meet on the belly this time, okay? So if you're going to take the hops again, you might scooch the foot back. Good. So let's meet on the belly. Very good. Forehead is going to go on the back of your hands. You've been going pretty strong for 30 minutes, okay? So let's wind it down. Keeping your forehead connected to your hands, I want you to bring your feet together. Lift just your legs. Just the legs. And now start to swim the legs. So one goes up, one goes down. You can go any tempo you want. Just a little flutter kick in the legs. Feel the back of the legs warming up for sure. 5, 4, you're still fluttering. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, legs go down. Wiggle those hips out a little side to side, everybody. Okay. You're going to keep the forehead connected to the hands. You're going to keep the legs glued down, the tops of the feet into the floor. And we're going to lift just your upper body. So it's not a big movement. Head comes up, hands come up, and the forehead and the hands are still connected. From your elbows to your armpits, suck the armpits back a little more. One more breath. And release. Bend your knees. Windshield wiper your legs. Side to side. Back is feeling warmer. All right, so you can take a Dhanurasana, a wheel pose. You could take a Shalabhasana. So I'm going to start with Shalabhasana. We're going to do a couple so you can work up to Dhanurasana. You can even take a Urdhva Dhanurasana if you want to do a wheel pose laying on your back. So lift the shoulder heads up, draw your feet together, lift your legs, lift your chest, gaze down the tip of your nose. Good, lifting up a little higher. A little more of the thighs come off the ground. Point your kneecaps towards the floor in Shalabhasana. Kick your shins back in bow. And release. This time a cheek to the mat. That was like a, I'm going to make it. Laugh. We're all going to make it, I promise. Doesn't always feel like that when we're working towards something new, like we're going to make it. Let's go forehead back to the ground, bend your knees, reach back, maybe catch your ankles. Kick your shins back, lift your head and chest. Lift your upper body up. I should have said clear your space. What do you guys say we do a little rock and roll? We'll do it on the next one. And let's come down. Now, if you're doing wheels, you can stay there if you want, or if you want to join us on the belly. I want you to clear your space because we're going to roll a little right and left. And let it be awkward, okay? If you've never done this before, it's awkward. Bend your knees. But it's kind of like a fun, childlike, let's get silly with it. Kick the shins back, Dhanurasana. Now you got to kick a little more. I'm going to go left first. So I'm going to kick a little more with my right foot. And that kick is going to help you roll onto the left side. Now, I like to keep my head a little lifted to keep it more active and keep kicking back because you get a great shoulder stretch. Feels a little awkward. Take another breath and roll back. You kind of pull the heels in a little more to roll back to the belly. Now re-lift up and then go to the other side. And you may have to put a little something in it. Now, if you feel better with your head down, do it. If you want to lift your head, keep it a little more active. Keep kicking that top leg back, back, back. And back to center. One more time. Kick it up. I know you're tired. Come on. Kick it up. And release. Very good. Okay, stack your hands. Do whatever would feel good for you. If you want to bend your knees, if you want to keep the legs straight and wiggle it out. Now let's come to a Sphinx Pose. Forearms underneath you, lifting the chest. Giving those kidneys a little squeeze, which hit just below the bottom ribs. Oh, breathe into that area. Now, what's amazing about intentions is that where you direct attention and awareness is where energy goes, right? And where attention goes, you go. So notice, see if you can start to become more conscious of your unconscious self, noticing maybe patterns and habits, some that are great. You want to keep doing them. Some that maybe aren't as helpful. Very good. All right, let the elbows go wide. We're going to come to a tabletop. That feels good. Okay, just tabletop feels good. All right, we're going to take a variation of a thread the eye of the needle. So right hand's going to stay flat. Left arm, normally we just go straight across. Today, I want you to go up a little more on a diagonal, almost as though the forearms are touching, and start to lay your hips back. So not yet, you're not going to come all the way down. And push the back of the hand and the upper forearm or the lower forearm against the mat. The more you send the hips back and even let the ribs, you can let them bow a little left. Really get a nice stretch through part of the rotator cuff here, through the lats. And then if you want to come down more, may not be doable. You might need your block. Put your head on the block. My hips are staying more elevated like a puppy pose. Push into that right hand, excuse me, and left hand back. Now just notice. Isn't that something? Whew, celebrate. Okay, that's another part to doing new things. Reach the arm on the diagonal. Don't come all the way down, but come a little lower and push the back of the right hand, lower forearm down. Is to celebrate little things along the way. And also breaking it down, right? When you do your yoga practice, you don't even know what's coming, right? You just show up on your mat and you do one pose at a time. That's what we need to do more of in our life. Just one pose at a time, one thing at a time. Come lower if you like. Really let yourself melt here. Outer upper arm. Melt, melt, melt into the mat. This one almost takes my breath away a little bit, in a good way, where you just realize how much you unconsciously hold on. Because I want to breathe more now into that space through the upper back, side waist, the serratus muscles between the ribs. And then push into that left hand, right hand back underneath. Sway it out if that feels good. Ribs right, ribs left. Let's take a child's pose. Forehead to the ground. Bring your palms together. Just taking a moment of reverence for all that your body could do today. And then slowly come up. Right foot's going to step forward wide outside your right hand. I'm going to turn my front foot out at an angle and roll to the outer edge of that foot and just sway a little side to side. But I invite you to do what would feel good for you. And that might mean you come on the forearms. That might mean the sole of your foot stays flat. Might mean you look over your shoulder towards that back foot. So you're like, I don't know what feels good. Just explore some of the different positions. Notice where your body kind of gets captured by the sensation the most, and maybe try to practice staying with that intensity, not running away from it, but moving toward it, leaning in. Now, some of you are going to feel plenty of a thigh stretch in this position on this left leg, but if you want more, I'm going to back off my lunge a little bit. I'm going to pull my hips back a little. I'm going to take the opposite hand. If you want more of a shoulder stretch, you could come up into the lunge and take the same hand to the foot, and you could work the grip where we open up the shoulder a little more. So again, your yoga practice is a chance for you to listen and do what you need. So today what I'm going to do is opposite hand to foot. I'm going to come on the forearm and I'm going to turn my torso down and really focus on pulling that heel in tight towards the glute, or as tight as it'll go today. And then stretching the heart forward. Maybe the knee stays open and I'm still on the outer edge of the foot. I have to really breathe deep here. You can hear it. That was out the mouth that time. And then slowly let go. Walk the hands underneath. And now we're going to scooch this back leg up and twist towards the long edge of your mat, coming to Gomukhasana. And you're kind of already there. So I'll just show that transition again. You were here, and we just pulled that heel in and just did a little minor twist to the side. All right. Lifting your chest up nice and tall. Now, to the degree that you open these feet away from your hips is going to intensify, and the closer in you put your heels, will take it out. So if you need to, pull them in closer. Just make sure both your sit bones are down. So if you need a block, if you can't see that block, there is a block I'm pointing at right there. You can sit on it. You could grab it, and I'm going to use it for my forehead. So take your hands out in front of you for a moment, and I just want you to easy does it, side to side. Remember that baby intoxicated snake when we were in the cobra? That's what I want you to do. Just side to side, like you're easing the body, which swaying movements are soothing to the body. You just sway it out, and your body will start to come possibly lower and lower until you find a point where you can drop in. Allow your breath to bring more stillness to the mind. Drawing your awareness to the present moment through the breath. Bring your body upright. Now we're going to do a little yoga magic. We are going to turn on the mat. Our right leg was the forward leg. So I want you to take your hands. It was the forward leg last time. Now it's going to be left. So you're going to take your hands to the left. And you're not going to overthink this. You're going to lift your hips, walk around until you're in a lunge on the other end of your mat. And hopefully your left leg is your forward leg. Did it work? Turn your front foot out. Rotate to the outer edge of the foot. And I'm rocking a little bit again, side to side. If you turned the foot out, just make sure your knee is going in the same direction as the toes. Maybe rotating your gaze towards the back of your mat. It really gets into a deeper spot. I feel like I'm lengthening my psoas when I do that. I'm like, oh. Good. And then coming back around, we're doing the thigh stretch, or if you want to, you're skipping the thigh stretch. Whether you're taking same hand to foot or opposite hand, I'm backing off a little bit just to get that foot. And then I'm going to come down. Once you've got the foot, the degree that you surrender your thigh and your pelvis towards the floor will all intensify the sensation in that those four right quadricep muscles. With control, let go of the foot as you walk the hands back underneath you. And we're going to tuck the back toes, lift the knee, and just slide it up a little till you get the outer shin down of the right leg. And then we're in the Gomukhasana as you turn now back to the long edge of your mat. Left leg will be on top this time. Fingertips out in front of you, swaying side to side. Yes, going back and forth. You're in no hurry, because you're practicing not being attached to how deep you go. Coming all the way to the point that feels good in your body, and then having a few deep breaths here. Surrender the hip creases down a little more. Continue a gentle, soft awareness to the breath. All right, yogis, let's bring it all the way back up. We're going to stay this way, taking it into Upavishta Konasana, wide-legged straddle. And if you need a blanket here, I did not grab mine today, but perhaps you would be helpful here to help tilt the pelvis. So placing the blanket underneath the sitting bones if you need it. Lean to one side, rotate the inner flesh of the inner groin down and pull the hip out, and then lean to the other side and do the same thing. Yeah, and then for some of us, we're going to feel plenty right here. You're going to keep the toes pointing to the sky, heart open, and then exhale, folding forward. Taking a couple of deep breaths, breathing in, breathing out. Really listening to those hamstrings. They're going to tell you what would feel right. And you can use your block if you're a little tighter here, and you can go a little ways but not that far. Maybe put the block up even on the highest height, putting the elbows on the block and palms together, letting your third eye rest on those thumbs. And slowly come up. Set that block off to the side. Gently use your hands to bring your legs together. We're going to come to Barad, Vadrasana variation. So what I want you to do is take your left leg back, right foot, sole of the foot on your left inner thigh, and take your left hand across to the right knee and lift the chest. So I just want you to get a nice opening across the hip because our legs have been in flexion here. So just getting a little stretch here, nice and easy, as well as a nice big twist, opening up that side body, right hand behind you. Think cobra, really lift the chest. Left sit bone is up. And then unwind. Come back to center. And I'm just going to stay facing you. You can kind of turn if you want to and just let your legs windshield wiper, but I'm going to stay facing you. Switching sides, sole of your left foot now is on your inner thigh of your right leg. Right hand comes across to left knee, left hand behind you. Lift your chest, breathe in. Again, really lift through the left side of the heart and the lung, and then turn and revolve. And again, big opening here, even through the psoas, which wrapping from the low back and coming across, attaching on the inner thigh or the upper humerus. So you can really maybe feel a deep stretch in the low belly here. And then slowly unwind. Good. We're going to come down to supported bridge and wind this down. Feet to the floor. Come on to the back. Feet flat, hips up. Slide the block underneath. Feet are hip width apart. Block can go any height you would like it to under the sacrum. And if there's any variations, instead of bridge, if you want to take the legs up and do a supported shoulder stand, you take the legs up. If you don't have a block, you could do legs up the wall here, or if you just prefer legs up the wall, come near the wall and take the legs up the wall today. I like to kind of point and flex my feet a few times, maybe even rotating the ankles if I do a supported shoulder stand. And then bend the knees if the legs are up in the air. You can, of course, stay longer if you have more time, feet to the earth. Push down into your feet, elevate the hips, slide the block out from underneath you, and let the soles of the feet come together. Gomukhasana. One hand to the heart, one hand to the low belly. And we'll stay here for a couple of minutes, letting the eyes close. And if at any point and when you're ready, you want to let the legs extend out into Shavasana, go ahead and let the legs extend out. Turn the palms up, back of the hands down. Let's slowly start to come back. Again, if you have more time, please stay longer. Give yourself some longer moments in Shavasana. Otherwise, wiggling your toes and your fingers. Reach your right arm over your head as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, bend your left knee and place your left foot on the floor. As you inhale, push with that left foot, bending your right knee underneath and roll onto your right side, using that right arm now as a pillow for your head. Pushing into your hands, gently bring your body back upright to an easy seat, palms. Instead of in Anjali Mudra, we're going to come back to that Sun Kalpa Mudra. So left hand sweeping across your belly onto the right leg, palm up, and the right hand on top of that. As we move into the new year, it is a time for reflection and creation. As we think about what may need to dissolve so that something new can be born. And the greatest space of where we can start is just the openness to new possibilities, even if we are unsure of what is next for us. Be open, be willing to learn, be willing to grow. Let's take the Sun Kalpa back into Anjali Mudra, hands at prayer. Drawing thumbs to the third eye, may we listen to the wisdom that lies within. Drawing thumbs down to your lips, may the words that we speak come from an honest and deep place from within. Bring your thumbs to your throat. May we learn to use our voice to bring more light and awareness to this world. And thumbs back to the heart. And may we listen from within. Thank you, yogis. Thank you for taking this time to spend on your mat. It was my honor and deep pleasure to guide you. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Happy New Year. I hope 2022 brings you blessings and love and possibilities that are better than you can even imagine.